Rachelle attended the 2016 Mathobotix Buildologie camp.
My name is Rachelle. I'm in grade 11. I'm 15 years old. So the project that I've been working on for the past 1 week is called a drawbridge. A drawbridge basically has hinges on both ends which enables to lift it up, and it enables big ships, which is more than its size, to go underneath it, and when it is in place it allows vehicles and people to go over it. Okay, my project has basically two parts: static and dynamic. Static parts are parts that do not move, and dynamic are parts that move. Static parts, basically the structure, I made a firm foundation first so that it doesn't topple over, and I made two rectangular prisms which could lift this tower, and to this tower I attached suspensions which could lift the bridge and keep it in place, and then I built the road, and then the supports. After I built this, I found out that it was a little wobbly and it was likely to topple over, so I made trusses which are angles at 45 degrees, and this gives more tension to the bridge so that it doesn't fall over. So these are the supports. And about dynamics, we have gears that move and the spools that enable its movement. Speaking about gears, there are basically two kinds of gears: the drive gear and the driven gear. The drive gear is the one that drives another gear, and the driven is the one that is being driven by the drive gear. About gears, there are two kinds of gears: torque and speed. So the one that I used here is torque. Torque is basically if the smaller gear is used to drive the bigger gear, it increases the power, and that is called torque. And we need torque here because we need enough power to lift this up. And speed is if a bigger gear is used to rotate a smaller one, it increases speed. So that is not of any use here. And about the programming, I programmed it in such a way that the sensor senses things that are below the distance of 10 centimeters, and it senses it, gives the information to the EV3, and it moves the gear. The gear rotates the spool, which pulls the thread, which can lift up the road. Okay, about programming, I used a switch block, a move tank, a loop. A loop is a function that is used to repeat an action many number of times. And then this is the ultrasonic sensor. If it senses something below the distance of 10 centimeters, it bounces a sound wave backwards, and thus it senses it and moves the road upwards. And the demo, this is how it moves. Thank you.
All right, thank you.